All right. We will call to order the 19th meeting of
He forgot his glasses.
the Glendale Housing Authority. May we have a roll call, please?
Authority members: Friedman.
Here.
Manukian.
Here.
Mincy.
Here.
Najarian.
Here.
Grazian.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Chair Quintero.
Here. What's next?
The agenda for the April 19, 2011 regular meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority was posted on Thursday, April 14, 2011 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Next.
Next is the selection of a new chair and vice chair. The business before the Housing Authority is the selection of a chair, and you may now entertain motions for that office.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Mr. Frank Quintero to chair the Housing Authority.
Any other interested parties? We'll close the nomination
Okay.
process.
This is for the nomination of authority member, well, presently Chair Quintero, to be chair of the Housing Authority. Authority members: Friedman.
Yes.
Nukian.
Yes.
Mincy.
Yes.
Najarian.
Yes.
Grazian.
Yes.
Quintero.
Yes.
Weaver.
Aye.
All right. Well, I now declare authority member Quintero the duly appointed chair of the Housing Authority.
Okay, thank you very much. Next would be the vice chair.
Yes, we may now entertain motions for the appointment of a vice chair.
Interested
I would
parties?
nominate Mr. Najarian, if he's amenable.
I would look forward to working with Chair Quintero.
Right.
Tear the place up.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll build housing everywhere, right up above here. Okay. Any other interested parties? We'll close the nominations. Roll call.
Authority members: Friedman.
Yes.
Manukian.
Yes.
Mincy.
Yes.
Najarian.
Yes.
Grazian.
Yes.
Quintero.
Yes.
Weaver.
Aye.
All right. What's next, Mr. Clerk?
Well, with the appointment of the vice chair Najarian, next on the agenda is approval of minutes.
So moved.
Okay, the minutes stand approved as submitted, I guess with the abstention of Mr. Manukian and Ms. Friedman.
No, she came late.
Okay. All right, what's next?
Next is oral communications. Same rules will apply for the Housing Authority oral communications that did for the redevelopment, 5 minutes.
Okay, we'll have one speaker card. Herbert Milano.
Good afternoon, Housing Authority Chair Quintero, members of the Housing Authority and city staff. My name is Herbert Milano. Today, at both the City Council and the Glendale Unified School District, we have a woman at the head of each local government. And by the way, my congratulations, Ms. Friedman, on your selection as mayor for this year. It is my hope that we can now begin a proper dialogue and an evaluation of the city's quality of life, especially as it pertains to youth. I'd like to bring up the issue of youth fitness and, and youth health. Yesterday, during the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting, the city staff disclosed that the operating hours of the pool that would open up next month would match the Glendale Unified School District summer vacation instead of matching the warm temperatures that extends from May through October. The problem for the limited range is insufficient funds. Most communities take as a given that living proximate to parkland and recreational facilities is an essential element to youth health and the quality of life of families. And because it is the Housing Authority that took on the quality of life measures, I bring this to your attention. I'd like to bring up an image of the Glendale's website as it pertains to the quality of life indicators, if I may. This quality of life indicators shows a section on youth health and fitness. It is a health fitness zone that establishes by the Glendale Unified School District the level of health, fitness, and endurance of children. Thank you very much. If the city clerk can mouse over that number, thank you. Basically, it shows that at the fifth grade level, about 52% of the students at that particular grade level reach the level of fitness considered for the health fitness zone. Now, this is for the city as a whole. And as you probably know, there are areas in Glendale that have 6 acres per 1,000 residents, and there are other areas in Glendale that have 0.017 acres per 1,000. Now, we don't have in this particular measure the measure of this health fitness by geographic zone. But if we did, it is my contention and my claim that it is very likely that children in the southern part of Glendale would probably have a much lower percentage of fitness level, simply because there are insufficient adequate parkland in this area. And the rationale for the limited investment in parkland south of Glendale, at least one of them, is that there are insufficient funds with respect to the city budget to address it. Now, it is also my claim that the reason why there are insufficient funds to address the needs of parkland and facilities for youth is the ever-increasing payroll expenditures of the city, the increased pension obligations of the city, and the increase in benefits. So how do we evaluate that? Well, if we take a look at the city's budget, and you have a copy of this document, which is a copy from the 2011 city budget, you find, for example, in that document that I handed to you, that fire and police make up over $130 million of the city's budget, and whereas community services and parks make up $31 million. And I think that there is a significant trend on the significant increases for police and fire vis-a-vis the problems with regard to the sufficient funding needed to address parkland and youth services. But I also find a problem with regard to the way this is presented. I highlighted for you the area of human resources that it basically puts it at $41 million. That number is not distributed or allocated properly to the other departments. If it were, we would find that police and fire would be much higher. But I also like to point out to you as well on the detail of the human resources that whereas in 2008-2009 medical insurance was $13 million, for this particular year is ending 2011 is $22 million. And that to me I think is where we basically find the problem highlighted right here. We don't have the sufficient resources for the adequate recreational facilities because we have some expenses going pretty much taking up the bulk of the city's expenditures, primarily going into those two areas. And I hope that this Housing Authority would take this on. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
I have a comment, not so much on the information that Mr. Milano presented, but now that I'm not mayor, I can speak my mind a little more freely. On his initial premise that because I am perhaps a male, that I am not as sensitive to the youth issues as a female. No offense to Ms. Freeman. I have 2 boys that I've worked with extensively. I have coached in the AYSO and swim team programs. I know my colleague, Mr. Yakubian, Mr. Manukian, is currently a AYSO coach, spends much time involved with his children and volunteers as the AYSO program. So we're trying to get away from stereotypes, whether they're ethnic, whether they're geographic, and whether they're gender-based. So I do take issue at that opening remark, and the insinuation was because there are women at the helm of the GUSD and the Glendale City Council that there would be they are better able to address those issues. So I just want to get that out there. I am very sensitive to those issues and do the very best I can to address them. And it doesn't matter that I'm an XY or that there's an XX running the show.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? What's next?
There's no any authority member or staff comments in addition to that.
I
Mincy.
I wanted to welcome or congratulate Mayor Friedman.
Thank you.
Which is a wonderful thing that'll happen. We're going to have a good year. And of course, I want to welcome Authority Member Manukin, who he served 8 years, right, on the Housing Authority, and when he left, he was chairman, as I recall. Saber Frank is here. And it's nice to have you back. I know this is an important time right now with budgets and everything, and know that you're going to be a big help also.
Manukian.
I have during my roamings the city, I've had many. When you're not on council, people are more free to express their opinions about the workings, the inner workings of the city. And as many of you know, Section 8 is a huge issue for the community. And I've heard horror stories, and I don't know if they're true or not, about Section 8 programs, not just in the city of Glendale, but throughout all the cities. And I would like to make a suggestion in terms of how the Section 8 program is administered, and I would like to have it on the agenda if possible. And I would like to request, because we can't have a discussion on it now, so I would request to put it on the agenda, the administration of the Section 8 housing program.
Okay, general review of the procedures? Or
I want to know where we are in terms of, I know it's been about 10 years that there's been a list, right, and I don't know where that list is.
Okay.
And the computer-generated program always moved people around, depending on the number of preferential points that they receive. I think that has not served the city well and has given the city a bad reputation, I'll put it that way. And I would like to make a suggestion to freeze that, and so that people know that they're number 312 in the list, and tomorrow it's not going to change to 412. You know, that's an issue that comes up constantly in the community when I discuss issues with the community. So I think it's an important point.
Okay, I'll second that. It takes two to put
Okay.
things on the agenda now,
All right.
by the way, in case
Okay.
that rule changed while you were gone.
Okay? Fine.
So that sounds good. And then maybe an update on, I know that there's going to absolutely be less Section 8 funding available
Right.
in the coming years. Mr. Zovak, you wanted to...
Mr. Chair, members of the Housing Authority, staff did plan on presenting an item to the Housing Authority on May 17th related to the Section 8 budget. If there's enough time to be able to insert some additional information as requested by Housing Authority Member Manukian, we can do that, or we can follow it up immediately after
What
that
date
meeting.
did you say?
May 17th.
May 17th?
I think we're missing. Well, actually, we lack a quorum, so we'll need to reschedule that, but we'll bring it in the next meeting, provided we have time on the agenda. Does that work?
Yep.
Let us take a look at it tomorrow during staff. We'll try and bring it in sooner if we can.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Zovak. Okay, what's next?
There's no new business. Is there a motion?
I'm sorry, you had more.
I'm sorry, I did have a staff announcement. Just pursuant to the Housing Authority approval of the marketing plan in March, the Doran Gardens Affordable Home Ownership Project has announced the availability of applications for that project. Applications will be available from April 15th through June 15th. There will be 3 ways in which people can obtain an application. They can go to the following website, www.doranapplication.com. Applications will be available for pickup at the City of Glendale Housing Division counter located at 141 North Glendale Avenue, Suite 202. And if you'd like an application mailed to you, applicants could call 626-403-4663, extension 151. And again, that is for the Doran Gardens Home Ownership Project, a 60-unit townhouse-style development, of which 57 units will be reserved for purchase by moderate-income first-time homebuyers.
All right, thank you.
I move we adjourn.
We are adjourned.